Okay, hi, welcome back to the Dylan Rounds case. Different format this time. For the first time in the case, I'll be using Google Earth Pro. Now, what's different about Google Earth Pro? Well, there's many different features you can see around the screen and stuff. You can change to nighttime mode, which doesn't really do much, it's just more of a visual appearance. I think you can go into the galaxies and look at different planets. You can put markers down as well. But the main feature, you can go back in time. Now, with Google Maps, that allowed you to go back in time on Street View, okay? Google Earth allows you to go back in time from the aerial view, okay? I have done this with the Kenny Veach case, okay? And it revealed some interesting things, and it showed just the development and the history of the place, the location, how it evolved. I'll be doing the same with you today. We're going to be looking at Montello, Jim's trailer and a few areas around that, the grain shed and Dylan's farm, okay? Let's start off with Montello. Bear in mind, there are some other like small little places around which we could look at in another video, okay? This is just like, just a small clip, okay, just to show you what it looks like. So this is 2019. You should be able to see at the bottom of the screen, it says image date 5th of the 12th, 2019. So it's not up to date, but we're working with what we've got, okay? And that's how it's always been. So you've already seen this location before in my previous videos, the school, the church, the bar and grill, cowboy bar and cafe, etc, etc, saddle saw bar, the gas station, the postal service. But what does it look like if we go back in time? I think what we'll do, also bear in mind, even though it says the 8th of 2022, that's not what you see on screen right now, it's 2019. It can get a little bit confusing at times, so don't fall for it, it can be misleading. Let's go all the way back to 1985. So that's what it looks like. Image quality is poor, but then again, look at the date, look at the year, the technology, it's limited. If we go forwards, jump to 1999, black and white because the technology's still, but you can see the place and how it is. Now, if you saw previously in 2019, you had those like crop circles for farming. They're not there at this moment in time. They're not there. Obviously, bear in mind, it's not the clearest. Here, you do have buildings. The church is still there, even in 1999. Some of this land over here is empty. There's patches where in the future buildings, more houses would be built. I don't know if those markers are still valid back then, but they don't change, okay? But yeah, you get an idea. I don't want to spend too long looking at this, but I just wanted to share it with you so you get an idea of what the area looked like back in the past. Whether it be the population, how it looks visually, does it look better now or did it look better then? I don't know what that is. It looks like a bloody airstrip. Bear in mind, image quality might be dodgy in certain locations through stitching and stuff. But what you can see is these places further out, you know, the markers I put on last time of the individual standalone farms. They're still present and have not changed since. So that is interesting, that. You know, when you get the little barns and stuff. So it still remains the same, so that's interesting, that. Let's carry on going through the years. So from 1999 to 2006. So there is quite a big jump, but you know, if the location isn't monitored that often, not many people will be visiting, right? So yeah, starting to develop a little bit more. I think you might get a few more buildings emerge. Quite a bit of greenery in certain areas. So that's what it looks like there. That's starting to show a bit more. I guess that's grass. I might be wrong. I mean, the other thing worth taking in mind, you know, like when I said about the crops and farming, although the land is pretty bad for it, at some point in the past it was supposedly done successfully, but then abandoned. A few mounds. Let's go on to 2010. That's what it looks like there. 2013, probably one of the clearest images, because look, if we go to 2019, I don't know, it just looks a little bit blurry. 2013, the image is so much sharper. Look at the grain, look at the pixels, the resolution, that to that. I know it's darker, more patches, more vegetation, but the image quality just looks a lot more sharper. And this is what happened with the Kenny Veach case. You had you had mountains like 2000 and, what was it, 2008 or 2009 or something, compared to 2021. And the older images looked so much sharper and better quality than the up-to-date ones. So it's crazy. Let me know what you think. Like, that's the church. As you can see, look how clear that is. We go to 2019. It's blurry. 2013. There will be key spots which we can go back and forth with. You know what I'm saying? 2013, 2019. So there's been like clutter collecting along the way. Anything else we can look at? Let's look at this bit, the cowboy bar and grill, saddle saw bar. 2013, 2019. If you look at the cowboy bar cafe, this is 2013, and 2019 it's got a new roof. Well, it looks like it's got a new roof, or it could be the colouring. But you can see how things have changed. Not drastically, to be fair. No, I wouldn't say it's drastic in terms of the changes of Montello, because even, well, you can't check them, but 1999, there was already stuff going on, and with time it's slowly expanded, you could call it, I guess. I guess if the area's not too good for wealth, then it's going to be slow in developing. Yeah, I mean, you might get the odd few more businesses starting up. Like, look at this, 2019, 2013, you see the difference. So the big jump from 13 to 19 in terms of the farming, how it appears. Go from there to 13. You see less buildings, a few more buildings and vehicles and equipment being used. So you can see how it's evolved with time. If you want a longer version, maybe at some point in the future, just looking at these locations, feel free to leave a comment down below saying you want that. You know, do you have spots down here, or the little key markers of places, okay? Like that one. Let's just see the waterhole quickly. Has that always been there? Yep. 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 Oh. 1999, it doesn't look like it's showing. Maybe it's not clear imaging. Hole. 13. Look how clear that is. 2019. Rough. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Jim's trailer. The one over here. Let's go back to... Right. Let me just say something very quickly. Can you see all those like tiny little markers now? 2007, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1990. Yeah, you can see them all. But the thing is, the moment I zoom in on a specific area, all those timelines disappear because it wasn't captured. That specific spot. The more you zoom out, the more area you can see. So it will do it as a whole, which will incorporate all the other different times. But that's not really of use, because if we want to be zooming in, you see how the dates disappear with time. So let's just go to, that says 2020, but it should be 2019. Do you see? 2019, if we zoom out, 2020, but the actual location itself doesn't change because this was paused at 2019, the last time it was captured, okay? So we've seen this before, Jim's trailer along with his vehicle here. If we go back in time to, what can we go back in time to? 2013. The trailer is not there. So we know in 2013, Jim Brenner wasn't on this land and there's no indication that there was anything going on. Can you see? Nothing. 2019, trailer, 13, no trailer. 2011, can't really see much. 2010, can't see much. 9, nope. 6, nope. 2000, nope. Not at all. Check the vehicle and the wash itself, the way it dips down. 2019, 2013, no track marks, nothing at all. You can't really make anything out. Okay. So yeah, that's good just to look back on. You wouldn't know there was a trailer there or anything back then. Right, what do we move on to next? Well, nearby, we might as well move on to that dodgy barn, right? Just to show you what I mean. So that says 2020. So interestingly, this area specifically was done in 2020, but the area down here, Jim's trailer, if we zoom in, 2019, 2020. So there is a disparity, okay? But you see how poor quality that is in 2020? What a joke. 2019, which we've always seen, okay? This is what we've been seeing all this time and what I've shown to you about that weird barn. Apologies about the sound. This is yet something else, yet more shit I've got to put with a fucking clock in the background. So I'll just hover around whilst we wait for the clock to stop ringing. I forgot the clock rings like 11 times. So annoying. Okay, let's go to 2013. Sorry about that. So as you can see, even in 2013, the barn was a mess. You look at the roofing specifically, you look at the fencing. 2019, 2013, it's literally got the same holes in the roof as it did back then. It's not changed at all. Let's go back further. 2011, shit image quality. 2010, shit image quality, but you can see the outline of it. 2009, terrible. 6, can't see shit. Huh. 2006, it looks a slightly different shape. You can't quite make out when it was last active because it's so poor, but we know at least back to 2013 it was still abandoned. And back in 2013, Jim wasn't around this area, as we saw. So that's interesting. Let me know your thoughts. Does it look spooky? How long do you think it dates back to when it was last used by someone? Okay? Interesting. Now, let's move to the mining location. Oh, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm not sponsored. Haha. Fuck me. Right, so this is the mine, if you remember what we looked at last time. This is actually 2013. Let me go to 2020. Poor image quality again. It looks like there is less equipment, maybe. Let's go to 2019. I might be wrong. So you got a few like objects and boxes and buildings. 2020. I mean, they're still there. 2013. still there. And you can try, is that a big hole in the ground? I don't know, it could be a mound. It looks like a hole because it's black and dark, so it goes in a bit. There's a bit of depth. Yeah, you get to see the landscape, the structure of it, how it changed with time. 2011. Do you see what I mean? This is why I couldn't do like incorporate this into another video, because you don't have enough evidence, you don't have enough clear visual representation of the location, because it's that poor quality. I said 2013 is actually the best image quality for an area like this. You can see how it slopes down, can't you? 2013. I can't do that. When I flip the image, it fucks up the dates. But you get an idea. Now, should we go to the other final place? Where is it now? It's on the mountains, isn't it? Here it is. Whoa. 2020. If you hear the clicking, that's just a mouse. 2019. 2013. Virtually looks the same in terms of the hole, the crater. It's not really changed the depth. 2011, yep, still the same. 2010, still got the crater. Still the crater. 2006, crater's still there. 2000, the crater is still there. The reason why I say that is because if it's been done so long ago, then most likely not much has happened since. It's not got any deeper, any bigger. So if it's out of use, then it means a criminal or a suspect could go to that location and dispose of something or someone, and they wouldn't have to worry about the backlash because they know no one's going to come. So worth taking into mind. Okay, so that was just a brief look at Montello. Would you like to see, what would you like to see next? The grain shed? Let's do Dylan's farm because it's not as interesting, so we'll get that one out of the way. As you can see, that says 2020. If we zoom in, it should go to 2019, shouldn't it? Or is it not? No, it's actually up to date. What the fuck? You see, this is what I mean. Yet again, there's a disparity between Google Earth Pro and Google Earth, although this is still outdated. I mean, it's a year newer compared to what I've been showing you all this time, which was 2019. I know that trademark thing says image 2022 at the bottom. Forget that, that's misleading. But this says 2020. Is there any indication of a trailer? You've got like a pond there, which people have referred to. You seem to have an outline of a triangle, black shaped thing there. Still can't make out any trailers. The land itself looks the same. Let's go from 2020 to 2019. Whoa, look at that. You see the image quality. So you got the track marks. The track marks, if that's what they are, have remained. You see, 2020, 2019, 2020, 2019. Interesting. Come down here. 2019, 2020. Let me know if you see a difference between 2019 here and 2020. Does it change much? Or is it still the same? It looks the same. Now let's go to 2013. Non-existent. Not there. Now people are going to jump in. Whoa, 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 calm down. Calm your party poppers. I know Dylan wasn't on the land at this point in time, okay? So you can see the difference from this to that. There's a clearing, kind of like a square area, with a pond. There, nothing. No pond, nothing. Dirt road, and that's about it. The land there, from 19, oh, it's here, sorry. Square outline, 2019, 2013. You see all this white stuff, don't you? But in 2019, it's, well, it's still there, kind of. Yeah, you can see, you can make it out there. Yeah. But untouched at this point. 2011, you can sort of see the white stuff. 2009, 2006, 2000, where it's black and white and dark. Looks like, what was it, thermal imaging in an AC-130. 2000, 1985. So if you did something like that to that, can you see the difference? That to that, that to that. You can see things, how they've emerged with time. Now, is there anything else you would like to look at? How about sun tunnel? That could be a key one. First of all, got to try and find it. Here it is. 2019, go to 2020. Why not be up to date? Well, that is 2019, so okay. You've seen this before. You've seen the track marks, right? You've seen the tunnels, the little vehicle there. What does it look like if we go back in time? 2013. Some tunnels are still there. You still see track marks. Quite a few of them. Do you see how quite a few of them are circular? So people have been drifting and doing donuts in vehicles. You can see the track marks. Hopefully you can see them. I can. Circular. Yeah. Okay. What does it look like if we go back further? 2011. Very bad image quality, but you can just about make out the tunnels. You can still see them there. 2006, still there. 2000, I think you can just about see them, and you can't see them now. They're very faint, you can just about make the dark objects out. Obviously the historians and the experts will come in and say, I know exactly when it was, man. I'm like, calm down, I'm just doing a quick representation of the area, back through the time, going through time, just so you know. 2013 is probably when it looked at its best, then 2019. Just do a quick change from there to there, from there to there. Okay, good. Now let's go to Dylan's grain shed. Where's that gone? Oh god, I'm looking in the wrong direction. That's clever. Right, very green back in 2013, doesn't it? Very green. Look at this. Look how green it looks. This might be just down to lighting, okay? But look at that, 2013, 2019. Look how dark it is all of a sudden. 2013, nice and green, dark and dull. And then it's back to rough again. It must be the image quality at the time. Everything's a bit lighter than what it should be. Right, we've got to try and find the gate, okay? Let's go back to present time, or kind of present time. Where is the gate? There's the gate. Found the gate, okay? Oh, we can go pretty, you can zoom in quite well here. Damn, okay. 2019, let's go backwards. 2013, obviously because of going that far back, because there is a big jump, it goes from 2013 to 2019. Not much I can do about that. No gate whatsoever. Gate, black line going across. No gate at all. There is a few track marks though. Layering off to the left and like turning around, so I don't know what that's all about. It looks like half of a heart, the way it's shaped. You got the line there, twist round, back there. Not on the other side though. But yeah, you can't really make out much of a gate there as you can here, that black line. So that's interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. 2011, can't see much. 9, can't see much. So there's no point really bothering with that. Let's move on to the grain shed, okay? Here we go. With the vehicles and everything. This one's going to interest you. 2019, 2016. Okay, we've actually got a 2016 on capture. Now, is there any... Will that work, that? Yeah, okay, no gate there, but that might be 2 different time zones. It has to be 2 different time zones. Do you know the green bit here? This green section, do you know that line that goes all the way across? Everything on this side is 2013 and it's been stitched together with this side, the lighter one, which is 2016, okay? 2016, 2013. That's why it looks different, okay? Just to avoid confusion. So, obviously, you see the grain shed, whether it was Dylan, well, 2016. Didn't Dylan say he had it for, didn't people say Dylan had it for like, was it 3-4 years? But, you know, it's there, okay? Can you see the outline, though? What is that outline? Why am I sound like a hillbilly? That looks like fencing. Can you see that black line? Just on that road, or a gate maybe. And then on this side, there's a fence in there. There's actually fencing all the way around. So that's interesting. Let's do a comparison, okay? 2016, 2019. You see how it's all opened up now? Obviously, you've got all the vehicles, objects, the black stuff there, the trailer there. We'll go back to 2013 because we're back on the 2013 land. We go over here, we're on 2016. So that's what it looks like 2019. That's what it looks like. Why does that say 2013 now? Oh my god, man, it's fucking me up. Okay, so it must be affected by when you zoom in and out. Okay, so if you want to put it in perspective, 2013 virtually looks the same as 2016 when I said about the perimeter and the fencing and the little gate. You got the grain shed there. You've got a weird clearing. Is that like, are they trees? It just looks weird, like a circular with a clearing in the middle. That's weird. Let's go back to 2016, okay? There we go. Can you see how it starts to open up? 2019 is here. Remember, the 2 trailers, and then on the left-hand side, you got that big clearing, as you can see. 2016, from there, the white marker from there to there. Can you see how it's expanded and opened up and been cleared? 2016, 2019. We look over here at some of these vehicles. 2019, go back in time. 2016, the vehicles didn't exist, okay? We go to 2013, and we compare that to 2016. All right, there's more of a change up here. 2016, go to 2013, none of that exists. Trailers, the odd truck, 2013, nothing at all, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Let's go back a little bit more in terms of the dates. So that's 2013 still. 2011, the grain shed is still there with the perimeter around it, the fencing. 2009, the grain shed is there, but there doesn't seem to be any fencing now. 2006, can't make it out. 2000, I don't think the shed existed past 2006. No, I mean before 2006. 2009 is looks like when it first emerged. In terms of this land here, up to the end of that road, let's go forwards in time, okay? Just watch it, how it changes slowly. 2009, 2011, 2013, 2016, this has appeared and opened up. Things starting to go underway, the farm business or whatever. 2019. There's a bit going on. To be honest, it looks like, well, I don't know, would you say there's less activity? Well, not really, it's kind of mixed bag. I hope that makes sense to you. Rotate it round maybe. 2016. 2019. I hope you can internalize that. I'm trying to show everything, but at the same time I don't want to waste too much of your time. Like a truck down there. Is that the grain truck? Could that be the grain truck maybe? It's quite long. I don't know. Interesting though. Definitely. Quite a few track marks as well on the side. 2019. 2016. So some of the stuff doesn't seem to have moved. Yeah, interesting. Oh, that's one thing that emerged. This here, 2019. 2016 doesn't exist. Kind of interesting. Is it possible to look for the dirt mound? They said it's here, okay? You see this like little pathway coming up this way? That's the dirt mound there, or the burning pit, whatever people call it. This area here, that big lump. 2019, let's go back in time. 2013. Well, you can kind of see something there, like a clearing, but I don't think that is a mound. 2011, you can't see it. 2000, no, you can't see it. Okay, fair enough. So it shows there, but not in 2013. Can I move it back a little bit or not? No. You see, this is an example. So whilst we're in 2013, where the marker is where it's green, this side over here is stuck in 2016 or so. So when I click now, it updates the right hand side, but it doesn't update the left. And if I go into 2019, everything updates because the whole area has been mapped at the same time and covered, okay? So I hope that makes sense to you. I don't know if there's any other locations you would like to see. What about the phone ping area, this area? How did it appear back in the past? 2016. Look, once again, it's stitched together, so it's a little bit awkward. But it basically looks the same. 2019 to 2013, no, 2016, then to 2013, which didn't really update. Then it's all at the same time, 2013 with a green filter. 2011, 2009, looks a bit interesting, some of the patterns in the ground. And there you go, okay? Let's just do one last place, maybe, the airport, why not? You can't really make too much out there. 2006, you can see something developing, you've got some buildings there. 2009, there's the hangar from the looks of it. 2011, looks virtually the same. 13, much clearer, as you can see. 16 and 20, which is a bit of a smoother texture, to be honest. And actually in 2020, there is no plane outside. You know that one there, that plane there, that's 20, why does that say 2016? It should say 2019. That's weird. No plane there. But there is here. There's a plane there. Nothing there. Nothing. Oh, the plane was there. You can see the outline of it roughly. You might have been out on the day. But yeah, that's what 2020 imaging looks like if you haven't seen it already, of the area. It seems to be only done in certain places. That's why we've not seen it elsewhere when I've been using the other feature. Okay. I don't know if I can do it right now. I'm going to try and remember all the spots. Okay, so the water hole or something. I think it might be this hole, what they're talking about, the water hole. This one here. 2019, 2016. You can't see it now. That hole's gone. Look, 2016. Look at that marker there where the white hand is. 2016, 2019. Now, I don't know if that is the water hole or it's just a circular thing. But I just remember the marker being roughly in this area. And when you do compare 2019, it's very dark, quite a bit of vegetation, quite thick. 2016, a bit more bare, stripped back. We go back to 2013, stripped back even more. I did notice something interesting. Yeah, 2011, 2009, 6. There's a few things there, a few little white dots, don't know what they are. Oh, there's actually a train. Is that a train going past at the time? I think it is, a goods train. That's quite good. Oh, fuck me, where are we gone now? Piss off, I want to go back. Here, thank you. Okay, look at 2013, look at this one, okay? Look at this. See the trees? Click again, same year, different month, I guess. What's this? Whoa, look, you got some activity going on here. Whoa, what's this? That is me. That's me being natural. That a bit of a weird sound. So, what's this all about? Whose trailer is this? Is this Jim Brenner? Is he squatting in a different part of land? No, that's 2013. That's not possible. No. Forget that. Forget that. Who else could be? Chase Venstra? Some other random person? Is it Dylan's trailer? I don't know. Look how it's hidden near the trees. So the grain shed over that way. Okay. But near to the water hole, and someone's living next to it within these trees. You got like is that a vehicle or a trailer there? You got a vehicle there. Whoa, why does that look like why does that vehicle look like the one found at Jim's trailer? What the hell? And you got the thing here. Wait, hold on. We need to the reason why I'm confused, because this is 2013, and obviously it was 2019 when Jim was in Montello. Right, okay. I can't do two at the same time in terms of like side by side, okay? Because of being on like the device I am on. But visualize, okay? I want you to visualize this white trailer and visualize this kind of bluish looking vehicle, okay? Remember that. Are you remembering it? Okay? Visualize both of these objects. I'm going to zoom out now, okay? And we're going right back to, where is it? Jim's trailer. Keep visualizing it, okay? What we just saw. Can you see? Now compare. Does that look the same as what we saw just then on Lucin side near the waterhole, that trailer? As well, does that, oh my god, that vehicle, doesn't that vehicle, this one here, look like the one back in 2013? Hold on a minute. Doesn't that look similar to, where's the waterhole? Wow, I'm finding it very quick now. Look at this. I don't even need markers. Fuck me. Where is it? Where is it? Look. It kind of looks the same. That vehicle. That's interesting, that. And that is in 2013, before Dylan was around. So, whose trailer is that and whose vehicle? Because it does look similar to Jim Brenner's. But if that's the case, what's Jim Brenner doing in Lucin in 2013, then moving to Montello, then moving back. You see what I'm saying? Kind of interesting. It could be someone completely different. Just remember that, this is a live video premiere pre-recorded, so, people might be screaming saying, why are you not listening to my comments, man? Why are you not listening to my questions? Because I can't. I can in the chat, but not in the video itself. Interesting. Definitely. I hope you've been able to internalise that. I hope I wasn't too quick showing you it. Where was that other thing? Actually, I might not be able to find it on here. No, I don't know if I can. You had the grain shed. It was the only one bit I probably didn't internalise. The bit with the digger and the mining area. It was that one too far up, was it? Well, if I can't find it, it doesn't matter too much. You know the one with the digger? Why has it gone to that? Go back to fucking 2019, bitch. I can't remember where it was. I know it was on this side, but how far up was it? I don't want 2020, I want 2019. No, I can't seem to find that digger because I don't have the marker on it because I've got the other application open, but it's not the end of the world. It's further anyway, not as relevant. So yeah, that's basically it. I did the different markers from Montello to Jim's trailer to Dylan's farm, his the grain shed, and some little bits in between. So I hope you enjoyed that, and let me just transition onto my face. Okay, so welcome back. Here's my face. Might be one of the longer videos in recent time where I've not shown my face up until now. So there we go. Where do we go from here? Well, if you're still here, chat, appreciate it. If you're watching, continuing, or from earlier on, you can leave your thoughts right now in the chat or in the comment section of, how it looks visually. Let me just adjust this, it's a bit wonky. Okay, I'm not touching your face, don't worry, I'm trying to adjust the camera this time round. But, when you look at the locations, compared to the likes of the Kenny Veach case, there was already buildings, structuring of things already in place, even way back then in the early 2000s and maybe a bit before that as well. With the Kenny Veach case, it was lacking. Then again, different area, etc., etc. It all makes sense. I mean, like when I was looking at Kenny's house with the time travel, you go back in time, the actual land, all of it, there was like designated zones, but it was like more farming or just like construction site, that type of thing where it's just bland and empty. And then with time, new properties started forming. But you look at Montello, and there was already buildings there way back then. So definitely, one of those long time places. And, the people that live in an area like that, people watching right now, they'll obviously understand. People who live in different places which are similar will know why it is that way and why it's long standing. I mean, I can kind of get it myself because when I looked at an abandoned farmhouse, if you haven't already, feel free to, it might be a link down below in the comment section of a playlist of abandoned places explored by me. And one of them was like a farmyard, and I think it's been abandoned for like either 20 to 60 years, untouched. So, you go back in time on like maybe Google Earth or something, Google Maps, those buildings will still be there way back then, obviously in better condition. But you get what I'm saying, how things are already in place even back then, when normally you're looking at other places and you'd see the development like from nothing to something or everything. As for the surrounding area, doesn't seem to change too much. Now, maybe I'm not always observant with the eye, I mean, like on Dylan's farmland, you saw how there was patches, how they emerged, things being cleared, that development. That was more to do with, I guess, making space for vehicles to park, reinforcing the ground so the vehicles don't get stuck, so they don't sink in, that sort of stuff, just to improve the quality of life for the vehicles and the equipment, I guess. So there's that. Now, I know people will say, oh, what's the point going back in time way back then? Well, okay, like with the Kenny Veach case, you can argue it made more sense then. 2019 imaging, going back in time to 2014 when he actually disappeared, and maybe before that just to see what happened, that might have made more sense then. With the Dylan Rounds case this time round, it's still relevant because the way you can view it is you can go back in time to get an idea of what the area looked like in general out of one's own interest. If you're interested in history, you're interested in the place itself, you want to know what it looks like back then, well, here's the video for you, so you get a better understanding. For the people who are interested in certain suspects, all right, like Jim Brenner and places of interest or previous places of interest, such as his trailer, the burnt down one. Okay, you look at modern imaging now, which is available on certain sites, and it's like, well, there's a black pile there and that's it because it's burnt down. But why not go back in time to see what it looked like, right? To go back in time to a certain point to get an idea of when it appeared to when it disappeared, to get an understanding there. Another key point, other things might show up in between, you never know. Just like that RV trailer with the vehicle nearby on the other side of the border, Lucin, Utah, near to the waterhole. The trailer itself, the vehicle, it looked kind of like Jim Brenner's. Now, I'm not saying it is, but it looked similar. And if it's not him, it's like, I wonder who else it is. Just out of interest, that's all. It's just interesting where it was found. You know, you can share your own thoughts in the chat, what you think about the stuff. Did you see anything interesting? Something I might have missed? If so, feel free to leave a timestamp in the comment section and maybe we can review it another time, okay? Hopefully the image quality was reasonable, okay? As you can see, I was using a different application this time. I was using Google Earth Pro, not Google Earth base version, so I don't know about the quality. I was recording on the PC, so I don't know if that has a negative or positive impact, okay? I couldn't do it on mobile because Google Earth Pro isn't available on mobile, though the audio was recorded on the phone and then eventually they were pieced both together. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, it's just worth doing. That's why I put it all in one video. Just so if anyone wants to come back, wants to have a look, it's available for people, okay? Just providing a different perspective. Whilst you got the boots on ground, and that's still ongoing, you got some aerial view shots as well as going back in time. Because when you boots on ground, you can't go back in time, but digitally, online, you can. So both perspectives are practical and worth having. Now, what we can do is I'll just briefly move on to another side discussion regarding the Dylan Rounds case, okay? It might not be to everyone's interest, but you know, people can get a little defensive at times when it comes to a bit of drama, a bit of humour, and this and that in between. I think in people's minds, when it comes to mysteries and cases, and preferably more ongoing active ones, there's a level of seriousness, focus, with the information, how people present it, and how people treat a case and one another. But it's just one of those things, you know, some people will joke around, piss about, raise the odd random point here and there, and people will be like, oh, that's not good, that's really bad, you shouldn't be acting like this or that. But just one of the things, you know, you see it in wars where you get two soldiers. One soldier might have their arm or leg blown off, and the other soldier makes like a dark, humoured joke about it, and it helps the other person. So although it might not be quite the same in this case though, but look at it this way, you're dealing with a case, a mystery, it might impact you in some way negatively, but there's other people present to kind of lighten the mood whilst making progress in solving the case. Then you get the best of both things. You get the progression and the interest, but also, on a side note, bit of humour, bit of laughter, because if you haven't got that, then it's pretty dull. That's reality. As far as drama goes, to some people it's interesting and it's fun, nothing wrong with that. To other people it's unnecessary and it should stay out of a case like this. Okay, but it is what it is, end of the day. You know, some of my videos, what I do, which might tie in with the case with a different slant, an alternative theme, might happen at times, but tend to keep that small scale. I mean, what would be an example? Such as the penguin, which does make an appearance from time to time. Like, the origins of this did come from a previous mystery case, and that was to do with Kenny Veach. More specifically speaking, actually referring to an individual within the case, one of the investigators' hikers known as Jay Silverheels, because of his behaviour at times, how he talks, his voice, his language, kind of funny. To be taken lightly and not serious. Okay, does that make sense? And depicted it as him because Silverheels used to call people just random animal names. He called a guy called Jeff Clark a snake in the grass. He called a guy called Sean Horlacher a penguin. You see what I'm saying? It was from his mouth, so that's why I refer to the penguin like this. You know, just fitting it in ever so slightly. Bit of humour, bit of lightness to ease the tension. You see? A penguin like this can ease the tension when it does come to drama, when it does come to arguments, not here, but elsewhere. If people are caught up in it elsewhere, they can come here and be free from that and distracted by this face. So it can work out in a way. When it comes to friends, family who are deeply tied in the case, it might not help them. Okay. As for the external videos which have no linkage whatsoever to the case, humans tend to get very confused. Not everyone, but a fair few at times with me. Maybe it's preferably people from the UK when they view me, but fuck that, fuck certain humans, fuck the UK. But what I'm getting at is, if humans are so used to seeing certain content by an individual, then when a random video comes about, which, you know, could be interpreted many different ways, there might be backlash, there might be misunderstandings, there might be whinging and whining and this and that. You know, that's happened in the past where I've done analysis of who's more dangerous, an individual who has nothing to lose, an individual who has everything to lose, or an individual who has nothing to lose, nothing to gain, and is in an environment constantly reminded of what they don't have, who they aren't with. And they would be the most dangerous because they're more reckless, they will go down, but they will also take other people down with them as a reminder to those people, to remind them of what the individual doesn't have themselves, to inflict pain on them and spread it. So when I did a video like that, people were like, whoa, what's going on, man? So I think Silverheels at one point said, my God, he's going to threaten a mass shooting. He's wild. He's uncontrollable, man. You know, we've got to report him right now. He's a threat. He's a menace. And it's like, calm the fuck down, okay? Because if you look back, and this is the key point, because I think humans fail to pick up on this.
you know, people are all about cases and stuff. Oh, let's research this, let's research that. Oh, Andrew, you're not researching enough. Oh, this is old information. Oh, this isn't good enough. Oh, you're not looking at the latest stuff. And I'm like, well, do you know what? Put that case aside. Why not you do your own fucking research and actually look back at previous videos of mine, and then you'll be less confused. You see? You know, if I do videos where they could appear as dark or spooky or creepy or anything like that, isn't it worth checking back at older videos of mine on my channel to see if there's a pattern that can be established? You know, if it's just one dark video in recent time and there's nothing in the past, then it's like, oh, what's happened in recent time? There must be something going on behind the scenes for that individual to act out in that way. But if you see a couple of them spread out over time, then it's not as odd. It's just like an occasional thing, what you might refer back to, just like the abandoned buildings, just like the whistling videos. I think at one point said, whoa, look at the guy whistling in the dark, man. This is not normal. This is out of this world, man. What's he doing? What's he hiding? Hiding his face. It's like, what is going on? And speaking of which, in terms of people, even when it came to just different camera angle, this is how deep we're getting, okay? So you put aside the difference in themed based videos, okay, all of a sudden, simply changing the camera angle in a mystery video set off all kinds of reactions. You see what I'm saying? And what do I mean by that? Well, what I did once, because I wanted to show the window, the background of it, you know, the view. So I put the tripod on the bed. So this screen was facing the window, okay? And I was stood in front of it. But because of lighting, it gets very dark when it's looking outside whilst I'm on the inside. But if I've got it facing back there, as you can see, it's brighter. You can see me. Whereas the other way around, I look like a Malteser. I'm dark. You can't see me that clear. And because of that one video, people were like, whoa, this guy is hiding his identity. He's in witness protection programming. Oh my God. Why you gotta hide your face, man? You trying to hide something? You're a coward. And I'm like, a coward for shit lighting? I don't control the lighting here. Yeah, that sort of behaviour. So I guess I can understand that it can be times 1,000 when it comes to people used to seeing something, then suddenly stumbles across this. But then again, it's just impetuous attitudes at the end of the day. There's not really much more to say, really. You know, I'm just a hybrid, okay? So we'll leave it there. I said, leave your thoughts in the chat down below about the map, what you saw, your opinions of it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.